What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with the hottest news around the NBA analysis. And we're going to talk about a current trade that just happened with two teams. The Miami Heat trade Haywood, Highsmith to the Brooklyn Nets to get under the luxury tax was their goal, and they was able to accomplish that. The Nets will also send a conditional second round pick in 2026 to the Heat in that draft. But people do forget that Haywood has knee surgery earlier this month to repair a meniscus issue, and the Heat timeline for his return was 8 to 10 weeks. So it means he's going to probably miss the beginning of the NBA season or close to it. But he's going to be a little rusty because when you have an injury like that, it takes you a little bit of time to get your body back the right way because you can't really do certain things because of that surgery. And then on top of that, you still got to get your mobility back and you still got to get your confidence back, which is important if you're going to be a player that's going to be needed and dependent on for the team that you're on. Haywood Highsmith is on a $5.6 million contract for the 2025-2026 season. The Knicks were able to absorb using their cap space. We knew that the Brooklyn Nets was one of the very few small teams that had cap space, so they just basically used this to get a second round pick from the Heat because Haywood Highsmith most likely not going to be on this roster that long after this trade, but he did play 74 games last season in the NBA. Highsmith averaged 6 points and 3 rebounds for the Miami Heat, showing you that he can do some things on the basketball court when he's out there, but he's not a guy you're going to be giving a ton of minutes to, and he's not a guy that is going to be a huge difference maker for you when he's out there on the court. But, coming back from this injury, like I said, it's going to take him some time to be able to be a productive guy, whether he stays on the Brooklyn Nets or not. He's still a guy that's a quality NBA player, hopefully, once his knee is fully healed and he's ready to give it a go again. Other than that, I look at it like that's a good trade. Miami got what they wanted, which was to get under the tax, and Brooklyn Nets got what they wanted, was a pick and a guy that they can actually take a flyer on and see if he fits and see what he's about. And if they don't like him, they'll have to bring him back. If they don't like him, they probably can even move him if they want to in the future. And worst case scenario, he gets bought out, gets his money, gets to pick another team that he wants to play for. And if that doesn't happen, maybe he just rides out the entire season with the Nets, get a couple more minutes that he wasn't going to get in Miami, and then shows that I can just go to a different team and play a role, and they might like me by the way I go about this season and how I perform. Like most players are, they under a microscope or a magnifying glass each and every time they're out there playing because teams are seeing if they want them or they don't. And it's just going to have to stay that way because that's how the NBA operates, and you have to be ready for everything that can happen. And he wasn't expecting to hurt that knee, and then he hurts that knee, and then the Heat looking at like, we're no longer committed to you. You're damaged goods, so we're going to try to get rid of you because you're the weakest link on our roster right now. And that's the cutthroat business of the NBA. One minute they want you, one minute they can't live without you, one minute they see how good you are, how much they need you, and then the next thing you see is that, well, you're not the player that you used to be, or you might not be, or we just don't want to play you, so we gotta let you go. So they committed to you for a certain amount of time, but they're not fully all in on you. Just how the NBA be. You're just happy to be able to play basketball for a living. It made millions of dollars, which is better than the average person, like a person like me. And you got to take it because those opportunities don't come that often. And even if they do, most people going to try to find a way to hop on wood and do it too. And at least he was able to get his $5 million regardless. Even if he get bought out, he's going to still be able to get majority of that money. So it's a win for him too, and whoever he's with in his circle, they're going to be happy the fact that he's going to be able to make a choice. Because I do think Haywood Highsmith is an NBA player, so even if it doesn't work out with the Nets, somebody else will be interested. Somebody else will want him, and that's something that I do believe that will happen if it doesn't work out with them. Amari Williams and my Boston Celtics agreed to a two-way deal. Williams was the 46th pick in the 2025 NBA draft out of Kentucky. Williams appeared in 4 summer league games for the Celtics. He did average 6 points and 5 rebounds in 17 minutes. And in his 5th collegiate season, Williams averaged 10 points, 8.5 boards, and 3.2 assists in 22.8 minutes for Kentucky after spending his first 4 seasons at Drexel. So this man has shown that he's willing to put in the work to get to where he wants, which is the NBA. He was able to achieve that so far. Hopefully he stays healthy. He had a summer league that you want to see more of him. You want to see what he can really be and what he can really do at the NBA level. Didn't really see enough of him, and he didn't really make that much of an impact. But they're still going to give him a tryout. They're still going to see what he can do and what he can be as a player. And there's no reason why you wouldn't. If you like him and you're interested, might as well make that move and see what happens. You don't really have nothing to lose when you're going to sign him to a 2-way. So it's good for him to get a chance to play in the NBA, and it's good for the Celtics to see that they can get a guy that they actually like and can contribute to our team, since we're trying to stay under that tax and under that apron as much as we can while still getting talent. Because that's what the GM was supposed to do. And Brad Stevens has been doing a really good job of accomplishing all the things that he should be trying to do in the offseason so far, besides getting all the way under the aprons. And other than that, he has done a fantastic job this offseason. He's been doing a good job consistently trying to meet those requirements and those goals. And we'll see what happens in September, in the rest of August, and also in October, to see if he can cut a little bit more of that money down. Amir Coffey and the Bucks agreed to a 1-year deal. A lot of people like Amir Coffey. He literally just was on the roster but got cut. He was undrafted in 2019 and spent the first 6 seasons of his career with the Los Angeles Clippers. During the 2024-2025 season, Amir Coffey did average 9.7 points, 2.2 rebounds, 1.1 assists in 24 minutes over 72 games. Coffey is a career 38% three-point shooter and shot 40% last season. Not a crazy amount of attempts, but he showed that he can make it. That's all that really matters, because you're not really going to be paying him too much money, and he's not going to be getting that many minutes either. But the Bucks is a team that they're looking for as much talent as they can. He has a good body. He has decent athleticism. He showed that he can put the ball in the basket. You're not paying him that much money either. And you at least he's going to show up to work and go out there and do the best he can when he's out there. That's all you can ask for most NBA players anyway. But at least he's going to try to do that. And like I said, this is a contract where if it doesn't work, you can get rid of him during the season. If it does work, you didn't really pay that much to have him. And you have nothing to really lose when you have a guy like this coming to your team. And the Bucks look at it that way, and I look at it that way as an analyst. So I'm going to say this is a good deal for him, and you're not really going to lose anything out of giving them that contract and that interest. And now it's official, so that's something that's cool to see for the Bucks and Amir Coffey. Bones Highland likely to sign with the Timberwolves. There's just a rumor, but we know that Bones Highland is an interesting player, especially for the Wolves. He can add more scoring, more speed, more quickness to their team. They already do have Rob Dillingham, but he's not really fully ready to play minutes that's significant, especially when you're trying to win basketball games right now. I think Bones Highland can be a guy you can compare him to, because he's probably not going to play a crazy amount of minutes either. The Wolves have also considered Malcolm Brogdon, Cameron Payne, and Landry Shamet. Those are all guys that have been really, really decent, but they all are microwave type of guys. Malcolm Brogdon probably the more complete player out of all of them, including Bones Highland, as he does have size, he does have passing ability. He can shoot the 3, hit the floater, get to the free throw line, he can get to the basket. So he might be the best player you can get out of all of them. Plus, on top of that, I would probably say even Campaign. I'd rather probably have Campaign than Bones Highland. But Shamet has been going through some minor injuries and major injuries. But at least he has size, and he can make a jump shot every once in a while and get out in transition. None of them are crazy, but at least you got to find a way to get the best player you can while you have the opportunity to. But I will say, when the Nuggets drafted Highland in the first round in 2021, he did appear in 24 games last season also with the Los Angeles Clippers and the Timberwolves. He did average 6 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist in 9 minutes. Highland also averaged 33 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists in 40 minutes in 2 G League games showing you that he can really play this game, and he is a quality NBA player still to this day. It's just who gonna give me that contract so that I can go out there and perform for him, and we have to wait and see if the Wolves are actually willing to do it. If not, there's other players out there that they can get, and they got to find a way to get the best one that they can. And there still is some good free agents left that's interesting. So we'll see if they just take their fine and get the right guy. At the end of the day, bolstering your bench is something that you have to do if you want to have great playoff success and you want to be a great regular season team. So the Wolves understand that because they've been a conference final team the last 2 years. So it makes perfect sense for that to be their game plan and their mindset. I also want to say Steve Clifford is going to be a coaching advisor for the Phoenix Suns. That's good news for them. And another thing that I'm hearing is Kevin Durant and the Rockets are unlikely to sign an extension at the max. They actually want KD to take less money than the max. We'll see if him and his team actually goes for that and want to get that done that way. But Kevin Durant also have some power of, I don't really have to sign with you guys even in the future. So I can just leave you guys when my contract is over by not signing an extension too. If he really doesn't want to be in Houston, he can go that direction. It is good to be able to be a free agent. It is good to observe all your options. And it is good to see where you really want to play and have the power to choose it. But the Rockets are in a really, really good position to be a championship team. And that's why they sought out Durant, because they feel like he can take them to that next level. And they didn't really give up that much either to get him on the roster. So it makes sense for them to say, we want you, but we also got to make sure we can feed a couple of other people so that way this roster can be as competitive as it can be. And that's what they're basically trying to get him to do, is take less money for that reason. Other than that, Kessler Edwards and the Nuggets agreed to a contract. Wick Grosbeck won't continue as the governor of the Celtics, which means the team is going to be going to a new owner. And they said, we don't really want too much of a part with it. We just ready to move on with our lives. And they have the right to. They have done a fantastic job keeping the Celtics relevant and keeping them in championship contention. And that's one thing I would say that I'm going to miss about them. But there's other things to do in the world, other things to do in life. And they understand that, and they're just ready to go in a different direction and let these guys get as much power in it, as much control of the organization as they want, and they can do that. And it makes a lot of sense if that's what they want to do with their lives, and that's what they want to try to move away from. And now they just got to replace him, make a good decision on who that's going to be. I do want to keep up with this because I'm a Celtics fan, and I want my Celtics competing for championships for decades, not just for a couple seasons. And hopefully we continue to do that under the new management and under the new owners. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, and also hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, I do conversation video just like this about various NBA topics. I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft coverage. So you love NBA content, you can't get enough of you fiending for it. I do have over 3,000 plus videos that you can watch right now. And on top of that, I also make videos basically every single day. So if you love that type of content, this is the channel for y'all. Other than that, thank y'all for supporting the channel in the past. Thank y'all for continuing to support it in the present. And hopefully y'all continue to support it in the future. Not only that, thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is, continuing to come back, continuing to give love, and continue to make time for me, and showing that y'all care about what I have to say about the game of basketball. And I'm just going to continue to make as much content as I can and show y'all as much as I can. And that's what I wanted to do as a content creator. And it's a blessing that y'all love it and enjoy it for what it is, and continue to enjoy it to this day, as I've been around for 10 plus years in this game. I'm a pioneer for NBA only channels on YouTube. And it's good to see other people having success and other people having love the game and showing how they feel and how they like expressing themselves for this game. I've been doing it since I was a kid, and it's fun to still be able to do it to this day. I still have the same love and enjoyment to this day for the game as a watcher, as an analyst, and as a person that studied and did a lot of research on this game. It's fun to see the evolution of the game, and it's fun to see a lot of these players have more control of what they want to be and what they want to do, how they want to do it, how they want to go about it, and not really having too many regrets with that. Other than that, I'm going for now. See you guys later. Peace out. And y'all stay blessed up. Gone.